All right. Well. I'm not sure what's going on with my avatar. It's been a while since I've used her, but she seems to be just kind of talking. Um, Hi. Hello. Welcome. I'm not going to be on long tonight um, because COVID is literally the worst and I hate it. Um, so it's been a while since I have been on because, as you all know, a week ago, Saturday, my husband first tested positive with the COVID, and then on Monday, I tested positive with COVID. And since then, it's been a fun and groovy ride. No, not really. Actually, it's been terrible. I've been really sick. I have been to the urgent care once. I have been to the emergency room once um, because I've developed some uh, nasty effects from the COVID. We knew that if I caught it, it was going to probably not be good. And so, I mean, I guess I'm grateful that I caught it now instead of 2 years ago, uh, because at least now I've had 4 doses of vaccine, and it was the Omicron strain, which means it's not as bad. Uh, because if I had caught Delta without a vaccine, um, my husband would have, I would be burned up and thrown in the ocean already. Uh, pretty sure. Uh, Considering how I've reacted to the Omicron strain of the virus, it's still really, for some people, I know it just feels like a cold or it's no big deal, but then there's people like me for whom it's actually really kind of a big deal still. It's still kind of a big deal. Um, so, if you want to help people like me, you can put a mask on when you go into the store or something, just in case. I mean, it's not that big an ask for somebody else's life. I don't think I'd do it for somebody else, but that's me, the most wholesome streamer on Twitch, right? So I've been told. Anyways, I have been hella sick. I have been having trouble with dehydration, basically because of my Addison's disease. Just one, the Addison's disease or the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome would be enough to cause me to have trouble getting hydrated and staying hydrated. But I have both of them, and so I have been struggling mightily to stay hydrated. And so the first trip to the urgent care was because I was really dehydrated, and getting sicker. And so we go to the urgent care, and the girl there could not access a vein to give me fluids. She stabbed me twice and couldn't get a vein. And I'm not really sorry that she couldn't, because listen, don't go to the urgent care for fluids. Don't do it. If you're sick and you need IV hydration, don't go to the urgent care. This girl let the lead from the IV bag hang. It was sitting on the floor. It was on the floor. She was stabbing me with the needle and holding the needle over the hole in my skin with no gloves on and long fake fingernails, and picked that line up right off of the floor, the filthy floor, and screwed it in there and was going to let it run fluids into my arm. But thankfully my body rejected that and refused to allow the fluids to run in and just kept bleeding into the tube. So, and she tried it again and the same thing happened. And then, we got out of there. I went home and did the best I could for another day and a half to get myself hydrated. Sorry. And then ended up, woke up yesterday morning at like 4 in the morning, and my heart rate was really low. It was like 42. Um, Normally my resting heart rate is around 75 or 80. And so it was 42. And that was when I was like after I woke up. So while I was sleeping, it was actually a little lower than that. It was like, in the upper 30s. Um, which isn't good. Which is really not good. So I called the triage nurse, and I've been on the phone with my doctor's office like all week long. They put me on dexamethasone, um, which is a really, really powerful steroid. And I took it for 3 days, and it just totally whacked my blood sugar out. And so now I'm back on a lower dose steroid regimen, but with 2 different steroids instead of Dex. And yeah, so I wake up yesterday morning and my heart rate is super low. My oxygen saturation has been okay. It's been, like 95%-ish, 95 or 96, which is not great, but not dead. And so I called the triage nurse, and she told me to go to the urgent care. Or not the urgent care, to the emergency room. She actually told me to call 911 and have the ambulance come get me. But I can't afford the $6,000 VIP ride to the hospital in Augusta. And so my husband drove me in, and we sat in the emergency room at University Medical Center for almost 7 hours so that I could get a liter of fluids. And that's basically it. But at least, they gave me the fluids, and the doctor there actually knew about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and Addison's disease both, and she was really nice and gave me some tips for how to stay hydrated. And I'm doing a bit better today. I'm still having the persistent low heart rate when I lay down, which they call bradycardia. So it's like, I've developed this not so nice cardiac complication from COVID. And hopefully it will go away as I get better. I'm still testing positive today. I tested positive again today, pretty strongly positive. So, I'm sorry that I haven't been on, and I come on today and I see I've lost 2 followers and 1 subscriber in the time I've been sick. And that's how it goes on Twitch, I guess. When you're sick and don't show up. And I'm sorry I haven't been around. I just have been too ill to be on, and I really wish people would join the Discord so that they can get updates if they want to know what's going on, or if they're curious why I'm not around, instead of just assuming that I've given up. I haven't given up. I'm just too sick right now to stream for very long, because I can barely keep it together to sit up in my chair for very long today. But I did want to get on, and I wanted to tell everyone what was going on. And, I'm not dead yet. I'm still alive, but I'm really ill, really ill. And just ask people, to take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. It's still out there, and it can get you, and you don't even realize. You think you're strong, but you might not be strong. You might not do so easy, have such an easy time with COVID as some other people. I knew I would not have an easy time with COVID. My husband actually got really quite sick too. But he's feeling better because he's like strong like ox, thankfully. And I'm so grateful for him. I just want to, give some appreciation and acknowledgement to the fact that he's been really good while, he himself has been ill, but has, driven me to the urgent care and to the emergency room and sat there with me for hours and, been taking care of me as best he could while he was also ill. So, we're just going to try to do our best to recover. And it may be that for a little while I'm recovering from COVID, especially if I continue to have this heart problem, I may just have to make videos on YouTube and post them for you all, and then just give you little updates and play them here, and maybe chat about them, so that I can do house tours, but can take breaks while I'm doing it, because I don't want to tour one house and then take a 20-minute break on stream. Thanks, Leafy. It's nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in to see me. I am still so sick. This is just, it sucks. It sucks. And I've got this little, developed this heart problem now from the COVID, that hopefully will go away. It should. I mean, I've talked with a couple of other people who, and it may be related to my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, to the dysautonomia, because people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, we tend to have, because we've got all these like weird things with our connective tissues. It messes with everything. It messes with your nerves, with your, your veins, with your gut lining, with your skin, with your bones, with your joints. And so, everything is a little bit more permeable than it should be, and so our nerves don't quite conduct things right, and you end up with problems with your autonomic nervous system, and it could be related to that, to the POTS and to the dysautonomia, because my oxygen is staying pretty good, but my heart rate is just going like tanking so low. When I lay down, it just like goes down to, I laid down a little while ago and it was 50 while I just laid down, looking at my phone on my bed. So hopefully that will clear up. And I've talked with some people and they said that it took a couple months, but they got back to having their heart rate went back to normal too. And this was people in my support group. So hopefully that'll be the case and I'll get fully recovered here soon. I want to thank those of you who still hang out here and who have been paying attention, that I haven't been here. I miss you all and I want to get back to it, and I will as soon as I'm able. But in the meantime, I will probably do some YouTube videos. I will make some videos, just record them and upload them on YouTube, and then that way I can play them for you here and we can chat about it a little bit, and I don't have to do all of the talking and everything all at once. And that might be a solution for a little while until I get myself back to normal-ish, Anyways, that is really about all I've got the energy for tonight. I just hate not being on and letting you all know what's going on, and so I wanted to give you this update and give you my love and thank those of you who are still out there wondering what's going on. Thanks, Yuli. I'm so glad to have you all, and I'm gonna go rest, and I'm gonna eat some soup, and I'm gonna lay on the recliner and maybe watch some dumb thing on Netflix for tonight, and then maybe sometime towards the end of the week I'll be feeling up to making a house tour video for you all to watch with me here. That way, we can still go look at houses, because we're running behind and we've got to see every house. And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to give up until I'm dead. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you as soon as I am possibly able. Take care and, avoid the Rona like the plague, because it's the plague. And I hope that nobody else gets sick. So Have a good night, y'all. Thanks for watching.